This is the progress report for the week of February 13th, 2019. I'm Brooke Kirian. These are the highlighted stories this week from the Eastern Progress. A lot of students have been notified of the public safety issues having to do on or off campus. These issues cannot be taken lightly. Students need to take precautions and always be aware of their surroundings. A few ways we advise you to take precautions are to avoid walking alone, stay alert, and make sure to familiarize yourself with your location. Chautauqua Lecture takes place on campus where Reniqua Allen talks on issues faced by Black millennials and American racial identity. Progress reporter Kyle Quigley has more.
Every year, February is known as Black History Month. Eastern Kentucky University kicked off the month with a keynote address from popular author and journalist Reniqua Allen. Allen spoke on issues still plaguing African Americans in 2019.
Where the news is equally likely to show Black celebrities on the red carpet as it is to show Black victims murdered by police officers. I really want us to think about that and what that does to a person.
The keynote address also included many excerpts from Allen's new book entitled It Was All a Dream. A book signing and a meet and greet took place after the lecture. I caught up with some students afterwards.
I think her whole note about stories and why stories are important to this generation, especially me being an English major, I think it stands out the value of stories and how we think about our world and ours as we're going forward in the future.
Something that this book made me realize is that we usually categorize people in one definitive group, and even though there was most of the people in this book were from one category, they had multiple different stories, and the perspective that I took away from this book was multiple perspectives, and that there's usually a lot to learn from people that don't speak, think, or look like you, or even if they do, no matter what, everybody has a different perspective.
For the Progress Report, this is Kyle Quigley.
The Madison County Housemakers Association hosted a dinner last Wednesday night for the international students and faculty. Progress reporter Lauren Berger has more on the story.
For the Eastern Progress, I'm Lauren Berger, and I'm at the 2019 International Student and Faculty Dinner hosted at the Baptist Campus Ministry on Eastern Kentucky University's campus. This dinner is being hosted by the Madison County Homemakers Association. 2019 International Student and Faculty Dinner was sponsored by the Madison County Homemakers, a group of men and women dedicated to making a difference in their community.
Sponsored by Madison County Extension Homemakers, and Homemakers simply means that we have men and women in Homemakers because it means anybody who does anything in the home. You know, we cook and we clean and we take care of children and we do gardening and flower arrangements and sewing and, you know, all these things that men and women both do.
President Michael Benson discusses why he thinks international students help to diversify Eastern Kentucky University campus.
Well, I'm a huge believer in a diverse population across campus. Enriches the experience for all of us to associate with people from all over the world and learn about their cultures and their languages and traditions. I believe makes everybody stronger and better and more empathetic. And I told them tonight that I really hope that regardless of what's out there in America, what they hear about national policy or walls or whatever, that they come here and this is home for them. And we make them feel at home and make them feel welcome and make them feel like they're valued parts of our campus.
I interviewed international students to see why Eastern Kentucky University feels like home. So do you feel that EKU does a good job in helping you feel at home on our campus?
I think one of the greatest things that they did actually is the BCM dinner every Thursday, I think. Thursday, yeah, every Thursday. I think that was helpful for me to connect with people and have good relationship with friends and stuff.
Other members of the Homemakers can express their love of culture through sharing their past travels with the international students.
Had a problem at all. Took both my grandchildren to England, Wales, and Holland, and they just, you know, gave them an idea how to travel internationally. And it's just been a wonderful, wonderful time I've had with all my travels.
Because we believe that students miss home. They also miss home-cooked meals prepared by their moms. So we act as, the surrogate moms. We make special dishes here.
As we can see, students, faculty, and President Benson encourage international students at Eastern Kentucky University. For The Progress, I'm Lauren Berger.
President Benson makes an announcement to the community there will no longer be considered an athletic department. Athletes will now fall under Student Affairs and Student Life. Director of Athletics Steve Lockmuller will now be named Vice President for Student Affairs and Campus Life. Skip Doherty will take Lockmuller's spot on the President Council. Continuing on with the athletics, make sure not to miss out on the big games coming up this week. First off, EKU women's basketball will tip off against Murray State Thursday evening, following Saturday at 7 p.m. Men's basketball will also take on the Murray State Racers for their redemption over a 97-85 loss. All eyes will be on Eastern Kentucky's player Nick Mayo and Murray State's John Morant, as two are potential draft picks for this year's NBA draft. Students, come out and show your support for your Colonel basketball. For more details on these stories and additional stories, grab a copy of the Eastern Progress or head over to www.easternprogress.com. For the Progress Report, I'm Brooke Kirian.